Good morning, YouTube. How's everybody doing today? It's Saturday. I figured I'd come out here early in the morning to kind of work on some scrappies. Well, we have all these copper contacts to contend with. See all these? Looks like that one might even need a drill. I'm not quite sure yet. But usually how I go about processing these, I just get a nice hard steel plate, a chip and hammer, couple of buckets, one for trash, one for copper, and then we kind of just start hammering them out. I'll show you kind of how I go about that too. So we're going to start on the ones that are completely loose, that don't have any components together, like this, and then we'll get back to these kind of. But take a copper contact like this. Bottom side of it's going to be copper. This is what contacts to aluminum heat sinks. I pulled these from controller panels. So yeah, interesting little doohickeys. Some of them have some real thick copper onto them, but typically what I would do is I'd take my chip and hammer and go right after the plastic right here. Couple of smacks on each side usually gets it. Use it to pry back a little bit. Boom. So then you got your plastic waste. Basically there's a little bit of copper here and there, but really just go after the big chunk and keep moving. So that'd be your number 2 copper, dirty. Something I want to show you is, if you guys can see that little silver right there, those are silver contacts on these. I don't bother with them because it just turns into a messy mess with these. See that? Yeah, so that's all I do with them, and I just keep moving along. This one's got more weight. It's got Phillips screws onto it, but we're gonna see if we can get past that just by cracking it. Boom. Sounds like Mason's got a squirrel over there. He's having fun this morning. Try to smack off as much of this plastic as you can. Sometimes I'll pull some of the inside silicone junk off of there, but most of the time I'll just leave it on. It's gross, but they add up. They do. So we're gonna bash these out and keep on going. That's a weird one. I'm just gonna set that over there. But yeah, let's go after all the contacts. Clean them up. So a little smacks with the hammer will get them loose. Ugh. Yeah, we're just trying to eliminate that plastic and get it down to about maybe this clean. Throw it right in. After this, I think I'm going to want to tear down those 2 ACs right there. And then I got my concrete buggy over there ready to get down off the trailer. Turned out the buggy is like half full of water, and it's probably extremely heavy. I might have to just tip the buggy bucket down and let all the water out before we drive it off. I think that'll be our best bet. What the heck is this thing? Okay. Sounds like a blacksmith over here. This one's gonna be a pain. Lame. Let's just go for the contacts. Those are the easiest to open. We'll play with everything else later. If it goes in the breakage, it goes in the breakage. Ugh, look at that nasty. Looks like boogers. That's why I don't like playing with those parts. Yeah. Oh, you know, and we can work on those breaker panels over there, the ones with all the copper onto it. That's another thing we can do. So there's a good bag of those in here. And we're gonna go through them all. Try to get some number 2 built up. And then we're gonna go work on the AC. 2 ACs over there. And get that buggy down. And that'll be our video today. Tonight's Saturday, we're going out tonight. So I'm trying to save my energy for that, pretty much. Once you get in the rhythm of these, they're not so bad. They're just really nasty. Boogers galore on your hands here from this stuff. It gums up your hammer really good too, so don't let your hammer slip out of your hand. Yeah, there's no real need to swing that chipping hammer any harder than you need to break that plastic, because there could be that off time where you swing and you hit your frickin' finger. You hit it hard enough with a chipping hammer, you can cut your finger right off, man. Just a heads up on that, for sure. Yeah, it can be messy. Another one of those. Ah, I would like to try to pop these apart, but the plastic on there is just insane. Maybe I can smack it right there. I don't know. Will that work if I pull those out? Ah, look at that. Yeah, those are good. Oh, we'll take those out too. And this is also copper for sure. Boom. Piece of brass. I guess that's copper. Aluminum. Aluminum. But anyways, yeah, that like basically wraps up the contacts. We're gonna clean this trash up. Maybe break out the scale and show you guys how many pounds came off of that. Usually I just dispose of the gloves right away after doing these. Not worth cleaning up. The gloves, yeah. All right, not bad. Not bad. That's it, at least 10 pounds or more right there. Took me 5-10 minutes to do them, I think. We'll throw that there to process. We can do these things later. I'm just trying to sort out what I want to keep and what I don't want to keep. Yeah, the rest of this stuff, I don't mind throwing it right straight into the breakage pile. Get it out of my way. Wherever that may be. Everything's all moved around right now. Yeah, maybe, no. I had a breakage bucket over here somewhere. We'll deal with it at some point. But next things I'm going to want to be doing, right? Next things I want to be doing here is take care of that those 2 AC units and get my buggy down. That'll be a good start to the day. I got some running around to do. I got a tool that I'm going to go try to buy today. Hopefully should help me out quite a bit. Yeah, see, that's what happens to the hammers when you mess with these. It's all gooey, sticky, and nasty. Yep. But we're going to throw this back over here for now. Maybe even throw these hammers in this tool bag right here. I don't want to put them back up on the workstation. That's where they came from right now. So we're going to set up to do those ACs next. All right, we're going to take these ACs apart, get that done over with, and then we're going to get the buggy down and evaluate my workstation up there. Like I said, guys, that buggy, it hasn't even been off the trailer since I got back here. So yeah, that's something I want to get done. We're going to start on the small AC. Okay, I'm going to pop off this cord, get that off there. Okay. Ooh. All right. We're gonna go over here and unload the buggy and open up that workstation. We got done and we took care of a couple of AC units and those copper contacts. I'll probably go in there and grab the scale and we'll weigh those up too. There. Hello. Okay. Oh. Yeah, look at all this water right here though. It's a lot of water. I'm almost considering dumping it before I unload it. I think that's the smartest thing because that's a lot of weight in water for sure. So if I can just maybe get that off there, I should be able to start it and dump it. We'll dump it. Dang, it runs just as good as the day I put it up there. That is a good thing. Yeah, I was really sketched out about wanting to get it down with all that water in there, because that was a lot of water weight that I dumped up out of there. I guess I ripped my rubber flap right up off of there. Well, that is what it is. I can fix that. That's nothing. Take the screws back out and drive them back down in there. But yeah, it's because of the way I turned coming off that it ripped that right off there. But that's okay though. Look at all this extra space that we have now for all the activities we're going to be doing. I need to deal with this. This is nonsense here. I did not know it was filled with water. I would have fixed that. It rusted out the crap out of the bottom of that jack there. Ugh. Yeah. Got my jig all soaking wet on the bottom, which I don't think is such a big deal, but nah, we'll be all right. But we need to figure out why this isn't draining. I had holes drilled. Is that it right there? Oh, right there. Oh, there it goes. There. Should probably drill another couple holes in here. I should have done that right in the beginning, but I would like the water to get out of there. There. It's draining now. Ish. That sucks. I'm gonna have to drill multiple holes in it. Yep, we gotta go through all this stuff for sure. That's okay though. We're making progress. We got the station sort of opened up. We could start looking at that generator right there. I would hate to have to replace it. Maybe we'll try to figure out what's wrong with it first. I don't know. I don't even know if it has any juice to even start up, honestly. Let's see here. Battery's almost dead, I think. Yeah, something does not sound right in there. That sucks. That's okay though. We're getting stuff done. That's what matters. We got a roller buggy full of stuff here we can go through too, but I'm gonna hold off on my energy so I can have a good night out tonight. Sound good? Everything's soaked right here. But yeah, it is off the trailer. That is good. It probably took a lot of weight off of this side. It did. Yep. What's Mason squeaking at? He's squeaking. What is that? Is it a squirrel over there? Where's the squirrel? You get him. He says there's a squirrel over there. Yeah, I love that dog. He's a good boy. Yeah, when we're here, I don't even need to have him on a leash most of the time. But that's gonna be it for right now, y'all. We're gonna see you out there in the urban jungle, and I'm kind of glad I'm starting to wake up now. I was so groggy and tired or sleepy, I guess, when I started recording, and I apologize for that, but you know, it is what it is. Now that we got that buggy down, I can clean up my workstation. I could probably start buying transformers to process. But a little bit later on here, we're gonna go buy a new toy, and we'll show you what's what's going on there. It's going to help us be able to process more of the scrap metal we have here, especially the motors and the transformers. I'm giving you all a hint of what I'm about to go get. But yeah, we got a whole big old basket of transformers right here. Not the ones that I really like to contend with, but I can deal with them. Get all the copper out of those and put that in with our bucket of copper contacts. I'm gonna go grab the scale real quick and show you guys how much I actually pull off of that. I'm gonna turn this 12 off. That's not it. Where's the basket of contacts I just processed? Look, they already disappeared, man. Oh, yeah, they're right there. Okay, we'll be right back. Oopa. Now you guys are gonna stay with me. You're on the other camera right now. So the basket that these contacts are in, it weighs 2 pounds tare. So we're gonna, might as well just throw it right up there, huh? Contacts. It's a good little weight. I mean, not bad for just, was it 15 minutes worth of work? Oops. I gotta reset that. One of the legs was off of that mat. There. There. What do we got? $20 pounds of copper. So 18 pounds of copper came off of just those contacts alone. With today's prices, that's not that bad. That's got to be at least in between $50 and $65 for that. I like that. But either way, we're gonna deal with a few things, and we're supposed to get some nasty weather coming in. I gotta take this thing down before it takes itself down, pretty much. So we're gonna do that real quick. I don't want to destroy it because it's my only form of shade, honestly. So yeah. Don't want to lose my only form of shade for the workbench. Uh-oh. That's fine. That helps me anyway. I'll take this one down. Yeah, this thing will blow away like Mary Poppins' umbrella. We don't want this. Those would not be good things. Okay. But what I'm thinking is if we can get it down low enough just like that, we should be able to, instead of folding it all up, we should be able to just have it down low. Put it right back where it was, right there. Put some weight onto it or something, and it should be okay. Should be. I mean, we got 60-mile-an-hour winds coming. I don't know if it should be good or not. Should I just put it, you know, put it away? I think. I think we should. I think problems would occur and I would be missing this. This is easy to set back up. Okay. Pull the other pins. One more. It should all come right together. Yes. Oh no, that pin's all stuck and stuff and such. There. I think if you put it up like this, it should Should be good. Pull on it a little. There. Some up here. Yeah. It likes it. Oh no! This just broke, man. What? I'm gonna have to tape the crap out of that or something. I'm not ready to buy another one of these piece of crap. These things are, wow, how weak. That sucks. We're gonna have to ring a little tape around it or something just so it stays in place. That sucks. We can do that later. We'll save the disappointment for later. But now at least it's not gonna blow away in the wind. But we got to deal with that. I gotta contend with that. Break out a welder, tack it. No, that won't work either. But we're gonna put this probably just right here for now. Yeah. Good. That's game. That's everything. Ah! This is gonna be a really short upload, but that's okay with me. Hope everybody has a great day, and we're gonna see you out there in the urban jungle. The urban concrete jungle, yes. Mason's gonna guard some squirrels, and I'm gonna go in here and do some editing. We'll see y'all tonight.